about video production or anything, this man saved my life. He did all the video production on Stay Bernie My Friends for about 2 years. All of it.
Go, Dave!
And then he said, I'm not doing that anymore.
Well, the problem was I had 7 other shows.
He was doing 7 other shows, so I can't do yours anymore.
I gotta cut some of you guys loose.
So he teaches me a couple of things, and then I learned the rest of it myself. But without him, I wouldn't have figured any of it out.
That's a great picture. That's from LPU.
So this picture, I wanted to. Oh, why? Thank you, sir.
There's a good picture of 8-track.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to pull up this picture because it gives you an idea of 8-track, 1-trick.
Do you know what's more scary about this picture, though? Ramble hasn't aged. This is from 9 years ago.
That's true.
Ramble looks the same.
Hasn't aged at all.
And actually, you guys saw Forest Rain come up here. Forest Rain, along with Lars and a few others, did a podcast called Elements of Harmony.
Yep.
So you may have heard about some of these. A lot of them got started in the same spot. Yeah, that's a great picture because that's right before everything started to burn in Las Vegas' Unicron. Oh my goodness, that was headache.
Mike, you look very distressed in that photo. I'm just going to point it out.
I'm in the middle of saying, are you taking a photo?
Oh man.
No, that was in the middle of you having a crash because you had drank 2 monsters before.
I sat down and somebody handed me a burger. I don't know where it came from, and I started to eat it, and Saber came up from behind me. He was like, here we see the wild final draft. I'm like, can you stop your for just a second so I can eat a sandwich?
The answer was no.
He goes, no.
Talking about LPU, right? And we're trying to save the whole thing. And we're broadcasting the fires.
You had a room. So who's heard of LPU? 9 years ago, Las Vegas thought they could have the largest brony convention in February,
and they were wrong.
True.
Yes.
Yeah, they were very wrong.
Crashed and burned.
And I loved what Sandy in the run-up, she was telling me on the phone, because we were trying to coordinate to stream it. And she's like, oh yeah, there's going to be 15,000 people at this thing. It's going to become a chain. We're going to start a cruise line. We're going to do this. All that stuff.
God, that's optimistic.
They had no money.
Long story short, right?
Yeah.
We're trying to save this thing.
But this is at your party.
Well, we'll talk about like that. We're trying to save this thing. It is Sunday, right? And I've never done a charity auction before. Everybody's been to my charity auctions, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is where it started.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm in the autograph room, and all of a sudden, Lee Tolkar comes up and goes, Dusty, I'm supposed to do the charity auction, but I gotta be in the booth on Monday. I can't talk right now. Can you do that for me? I've never done that before. Don't worry, it's easy. Don't worry about it. Okay, I'll do that. And he goes, oh, by the way, you're doing it with John Delancey. And off he goes. I'm going, I'm a Star Trek nerd. I know who that is. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I have to do this with John Delancey.
Oh yeah, that's a picture.
That was really hard first.
That's from Dusty's party.
That's from the party.
That's very artistic.
Look at those.
That was really your first one?
That was really my first time.
I was in the room for that. That was amazing. I had no idea that was his first one.
Yeah.
So-
Dude, you're a master.
LPU, the first day was okay, the attendance was low. The second day it was fine, the attendance was low. There were a lot of voice actors there, pretty much
tons
the entire,
almost the entire cast.
And I don't understand if you're gonna try and scam people out of money why you'd bring the voice actors' agents along, but they did. So the agents were there, the voice actors were there, a lot of the fandom were there. People were coming in from out of town, and halfway through Saturday, or like really late in Saturday.
Oh no, it was after that
this
picture.
party.
Because
the agents come up and say,
before you get into that, I want to mention, so I had a birthday party that night, and that was partially celebrated there because Screwball's on the left for you guys. His birthday was the day before, so we're having this big celebration at Dusty's party. We sing happy birthday to everybody, and they're like, hey, everybody with media, come to the next room. And then they broke the news.
Yeah.
And then you can pick it up, right?
oh yeah, so Dusty, they asked Dusty if we can move into another room. Dusty's staying there, I'm staying there, Seth from EQD, Bronyville
all
people,
the media.
everybody.
Everybody.
And they're like, yeah, so the con has no money and can't fly anyone home, and they're going to basically kick people out of their hotel rooms, and nothing is paid for.
Wow.
Yeah, the hotel was going to go to the point of sealing off the dealer's hall and seizing everything.
Well, the hotel was pretty skeevy, and they've ended up, they're gone now. They're a parking garage.
Parking garage, yeah.
They're
No,
rid
they're
of
not
the
even a
Riviera.
parking garage. They're literally a parking lot.
Well, yeah. So we ended up doing
It's the cleanest their floors have been in 35 years, by the way.
We ended up doing a charity live stream, and I think are you going to put it up on screen or something? This was, so we did a charity live stream. There I am, there's Seth, there's a bunch of people.
Shared our hopes, shared
And we did a stream to raise money to fly voice actors home, because this was in an age, this was February 2013, and I had calls from Hasbro saying, how could this happen? We don't want to send people to conventions anymore. And the agents were afraid of that.
Draft and Dusty, I have a perspective from another side of this, because this is actually before I got involved
And you have
with
to
a lot of this stuff. This is actually even before I really got involved with EFN. And right before that con, I was finally with the fandom, because all my interactions have been online.
Yep.
Yeah. That's John Dorn and Funna and Wade. Yeah, a lot of
And
people.
this is when I first got involved with this. When the camera pans over, you see an iPad sitting there. That's actually me sitting with my back to all this, so I'm not in shot. But thing there is that this sort of thing here, watching the fandom come together, watch all these groups that had been actually fighting with each other for, what would you say, about a year at that point?
Yeah. Well, I also want to point out there was a little link there for the Justin TV stream of the con, because that's how old this is.
Pre-Twitch era.
Yep.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is-
there's 10.
But yeah, this
It
is
looks like a lost child.
Yeah, so you could see that it was raising money. Here's the greatest part about all this. So I don't know if I told you about this even.
Okay.
So this account was it was a donation PayPal account that was given by one of the agents. Specifically, it was given by John Delancey's agent. Now, John Delancey obviously did Pony, but he also did Star Wars. And the agent...
Star what?
Not.
Star Wars, Star Trek, yeah.
yeah, I was about to say.
The other one was
He's Q. I love the show. He's best on Voyager as Q. But anyway, no, the
Poor opinion you got there.
you know what? Anyway, the agent for John Delancey also reps other Star Trek
Yep.
actors, including
Yep.
Robert Picardo, who is the guy
Doctor.
who plays the Doctor on Voyager.
Yep.
That was Robert Picardo's business donation account, which meant that some people were posting, why is the Doctor getting this money? And so I ended up getting a great interview with Robert Picardo, where he's explaining, no, this account is not actually my money, blah, 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 blah. And it's just one of those crazy things. You start off just, posting in an IRC, and a year and a half later, you're talking to the Doctor about money and saving conventions in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
insane.
and I've told everybody I can, it's like, if this didn't happen, if we hadn't gotten people home and came together as a fandom,
You guys wouldn't be here.
You guys wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Hasbro would have taken their ball and gone home.
Hasbro was very, very concerned early on because, yeah, it was novel. The idea that mostly adult men were watching a show that they thought was being marketed towards 7-year-old girls scared them because they thought it would impact their toy sales. I actually had conversations with Hasbro about this.
This
Their-
was so
their toy
many
sales
years
went
ago
zoom.
now, guys.
Because at the time, if you want to do an interview,
Draft.
yes,
This was so many years ago now, this sounds like Brony Vietnam flashbacks.
It is. It is Brony
Vietnam
Vietnam
flashbacks.
flashbacks.
But yeah, the story I was leading into,
1,000-yard
guys.
stare.
Yeah, the story I was leading into, guys, is exactly what Draft said. We wouldn't be here right now. So Draft, Dusty, and all the media that was out there at the time that came together to make this happen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was 9 years ago. Crazy.
9 years ago. I know this.
All right, can we stop talking about LPU?
Favorite
Yes.
memory,
Yes,
Casey.
we're gonna start talking about those flashbacks now.
Now, I'm not expecting that there are, but I want to make sure there's time if there are. Does anybody have any questions for us, whatever? If not, it's fine, we can blather.
Hey, bro, favorite
Dude.
memories?
Because I don't know.
Yeah, we were doing favorite memories, Dad.
Oh, yeah, we're doing that, sorry. I just want to make sure we have time for that, too. So, but
We got off on tangent.
So
we could
while
be here all
while we
day.
keep going on favorite memories, if somebody does have a question, there's a microphone. If nobody does, that's understandable. Have a nice day. So, all right, let's just keep going then down the line.
Okay, so
What?
what the heck,
Okay.
intern? You can wait.
Yeah,
Sit
you can
down,
wait.
intern. Go back to the box.
Thanks for the coffee, though.
Yeah, thank you.
Um,
Love you.
So it was BronyCon 2013, and it's during the concert, and it's Odyssey's set. And my favorite memory was I got to man the center of the room camera, like that one over there, but it was, this massive, giant room. And, I'm a fan of Odyssey. So that was just really cool and special to get to, pan the camera, and I saw what I was doing was up on the screens, and this is my first time doing this in my entire life. So I'm like, they trust me to do this. They never asked if I could. Oops. But that was one of my favorite memories. But I did enjoy doing pony history segments for the Brony Clubhouse. That was kind of why I got pulled into that show. It was sort of like a variety show, and I don't know if you guys know, I have one of the world's largest My Little Pony collections. That's true.
Damn close.
Yeah, I have 2,485 My Little Ponies right now. So yeah, I would do these little short segments about My Little Pony history as it related to the episode of Friendship is Magic that we were reviewing. I think we have some clips when Lars isn't on his phone.
Lars. Yeah.
Computer issues.
Technical difficulties.
Really should be a screen there. Technical difficulties.
Hi, I'm Casey, and I'm in the pony room. Did you know that Sakura was not the first My Little Pony zebra? In 1986, Hasbro released a line of pony friends who were officially a part of the My Little Pony line. They included Zigzag, the first My Little Pony zebra. She kind of reminds me of 1980s bathroom. That's okay.
1980s bathroom?
Also included in that line of non-equine animals was Creamsicle, the giraffe, and Spunky, the camel. One of my favorites was Edgar the elephant, because I think he's kind of cute. Oddities from that line include Cutisaurus, the bright neon My Little Pony dinosaur, and Cha-Cha, a canon My Little Pony llama. This has been My Little Pony History with Casey for the Brony Clubhouse Network. Oh look, a moose!
Wow.
First, here's My Little Pony History with Casey.
Hi, I'm Casey, and welcome to the Pony Room. As most folks know, Spike was one of 2 characters from the first generation of My Little Pony that Lauren Faust could reintroduce for Friendship is Magic. However, Spike first came on the scene in 1983 as a part of the Dream Castle playset. There he is, there's a new cute. He also appeared in the original 1984 pilot for My Little Pony, Rescue from Midnight Castle, also known as Firefly's Adventure, where technically he started off on the side of the villains. As Spike was prominently featured in the feature-length film My Little Pony the Movie, another version of this toy was available via a mail-order offer to promote the film.
I remember
Now, I love My Little Pony the Movie. It's my favorite of the G1 cartoons. However, we can all be very thankful that Kathy Westluck does a much better job of singing than Charlie Adler did. What? No. No. Oh God. Oh no. Make it stop.
What?
Spike returned in Generation 3 in a minor role in that he was only featured in cartoon specials such as The Runaway Rainbow, where he lived in the library much like the current Spike, or in My Little Pony Live, the world's biggest tea party, in 2007. He was the master of ceremonies for that show, and his character, voiced by Brian Drummond, was not a baby dragon, rather he was thousands of years old and apparently a tea-drinking, jolly-good Brit. Of course, this doesn't explain why he shows up later in the show as a 1980s style MC, scratching his DJ turntable and wearing shades and gold chain. Now, when I saw this live, I have to admit that I laughed hysterically, mainly out of confusion. Disco hip hop? What? Fun facts about My Little Pony Live. Minty, Wisteria, and Thistle Whistle were all voiced by Tabitha St. Germain. G3 Rarity, who was ironically ignored by Spike in the show, was voiced by Kathy Westluck herself. Sweetberry and So-and-So were voiced by the currently villainous Kathleen Barr. And the cute little breezies, Zixie, Tralala, and Tiddlywink were voiced by Andrea Libman, Britt McKillop, and Chantal Strand, respectively. Hey, speaking of DJs, let's introduce another member of our staff. This has been My Little Pony History for the Brony Clubhouse Network.
DJ Pony 3. Am I right?
Word.
Oh, okay.
So that was the kind of nonsense I did all the time.
I think this video though was a good example of the kind of production that was being done on EFN, because they were doing it independently, but also, I mean, when you see that kind of video quality and you see that kind of depth of passion about something, that's why I was like, okay, we need a website where those sorts of videos can be highlighted together, and it's not just a random YouTube generated thing.
Also, huge props to Casey.
Yeah.
Her nickname should be One Take Casey.
Yeah. One Take Casey.
Yeah, they made me memorize that monologue every week.
So, okay, well, Ramble, do you have a favorite memory from EFNing?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to pick a favorite memory, but in terms of like pushing where streaming went, I think that the absolute gauntlet that was BronyCon at home. We had 3 concurrent streams. We're working like 20-hour days. But
We had 30 people at that con.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had like a staff of 30 at BronyCon 2013, streaming 3 concurrent streams, and yeah.
And I think that one of my memories from that was kind of culminating in the party afterwards, where Standby was reenacting part of Hamlet with the head of Applejack from M.A. Larson's Cake.
So it was mass insanity. But I think actually I have a quick memory there too, where with you, Ramble, where it was a lot of fun when we were getting new interviews. I remember we were in Mumble because that was also a thing. And I remember like I got an interview and Randall's like, who is it? Who is it, Dropped? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? But that was just, I remember that. That was a lot of fun. Kibby?
I'm wearing the same outfit.
No,
I'm
that's
serious.
at the end of that's at the end of BronyCon 13 right there.
Oh, she's wearing
You can
pink.
see a fedora Dusty on the left and John Dorn and Dave and yeah.
I think just like Ramble, there's probably too many to pick from, but the biggest one was probably actually working on Starflower, a mascot with Casey. As you guys saw in that video, she is an MLP expert. She showed me characters that I never knew existed in the MLP universe. Shout out Spunky the Camel. She's so cute.
That's why I picked that. You like Spunky.
Spunky is a camel, and his cutie mark is literally Doritos. It is great. Yeah. Mars.
Me like you.
I'm gonna go with pretty much everything on the starting of Elements of Harmony, because that was an amazing show to work on. I got to talk with such talented people about all aspects of music and music production in the fandom, and I learned so many things from people who participated in that.
Like Kibby was saying, I think it's hard to pick just one memory. But on the more technical ends, I think when we first started out, there wasn't a lot of support. Like, of course, the Teradek, the bolts, I mean, they're everywhere. Blackmagic streaming software, it's fairly inexpensive, super intuitive. Back then it wasn't. In fact, one story I can think of, we're at Camelot Gardens, what was that, 2012?
October 2012 in beautiful Cleveland.
Cleveland, Ohio, of all places. They're like, yeah, let's put together My Little Pony
That's what happens
convention.
when you have Kit Kat money.
Yeah, well, anyway, so Teradek, they were so new to this, we had our streaming encoder crashing constantly. And so we actually were emailing them. They were building custom firmware so that we could stream that convention. And we were up flashing new firmware every couple of hours trying to get it right, because we get 30 minutes in the concert and it would drop. Have to reset everything and start all over again. And I found out later that a photographer for Rolling Stone magazine was present because Andrew WK was performing. So, I mean, there was even more pressure to make it look good and make everything right.
I don't even know where this picture is.
Oh, yeah, I sent that to Lars. Since we're at Everfree Northwest, this is a picture from 2013.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to contrast that really quick versus what we have now. Like, this was cutting edge
That
in
was cutting
2013.
edge.
It's like, wow, that's so cool. Look at those LED strips. Now you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, we got an LED TV. What's up?
Speaking of lighting, I think my favorite memory is that Secaucus, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Right? And the concert.
Yeah.
And basically, they start playing
the
Discord.
laser?
They start playing Discord, and Laser Pony's there from overseas, and he has a very huge laser box, and it's right on the stage. And if you weren't there, that building was basically 6 or 12 inches of concrete above the parking garage.
Yeah.
So when everybody was jumping up and down to Discord, the whole building was doing this. Right? And they finally had to tell some people, don't jump. Please don't jump.
Please don't jump.
So
That was Mike the microphone.
I'm just
up there.
enjoying the whole thing. The lights are going off, the lasers are going off. I'm leaning next to the stage like this, and the laser happens to be right there. Right? So as I'm, for some stupid reason, I'm going, and here it comes. It had fallen off of its pedestal and was headed for my head. Now this is a class 5 laser, which will take your eyes out. So basically, I catch it, put my hand over the optics as fast as I could, and I'm like, I've got both my hands like this, and I'm screaming because it's so loud to Laser Ponies, shut it off, shut it off!
Oh my
And it's like he
God.
couldn't hear me because it was so loud. It was like, oh my God. It's like, and we're streaming this thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if it actually ended up
Well, you
on
can't
stream, but it's
you
like,
can't stream the lasers, whatever. He's still, PJ's still out there. He's from Holland, and he went full professional. making lasers
he's
out.
doing stuff for professional sports teams.
He went on tour with Sophie.
He was
if you all
doing
know
full
who that is.
animations, like planetarium style
Yeah.
with lasers. It was
Back
crazy.
then.
I have a quick ancillary story to that. While that was happening, I went to the bathroom in the back of the room, and John Delancey was in there. And I said, "Oh, hi, John."
I don't like where this is going.
No. He was heading out. He was heading out.
Did
I
you
said-
hold hands?
And I said, "No." I said, "How's it going?" And he
PG.
goes, "No, yeah." And I go, "How's it going?" He goes, "Well, it's very bright out there." That's all I had to say.
The crazy thing about that also, at the end when he comes out and he's got the Brony shirt on,
Yeah.
right? That's my shirt.
Yeah.
Because he stole it from me, because it sold out completely. And the director of the movie, Lauren, basically goes, I'm wearing this shirt. He goes, can I have that? It's like,
Yeah.
what? Your shirt. It's like, I want it back. Well, John will sign it. He just needs to borrow it.
If you
It's
see
like,
Nick Ha around here, he did a lot of editing for that.
Yeah, I did. I sure did.
Did you get
what
it back? Did you get it back?
I did get it back. He tried to sign it. I went, whoa, I want to wear this. Don't sign it. So he signed my badge. And I think that was the beginning of signing badges.
Yeah,
too.
I'll do that. So I guess, we're running a little low on time, but I did want to throw, if I was going to pick a favorite moment, it's hard for me. There are 3 that come to mind, and I'll mention 2.
Not finishing the double-double.
That is not a favorite moment. That is a curse. That is a regret. No, I'd say one of them was actually from 2012 BronyCon, because in the run-up to it, there was a guy named Paul that we had worked with to do the streaming. He had his own camera. He wanted to participate, and at the beginning of the con, I said, I don't care what happens, stream it. If the building catches fire, stream it.
And it did.
And it did. The light fixture caught fire. It started dripping, burning plastic. This guy was an American action. It was an American action hero. He jumped over a table and pointed his camera right at the fire until they dragged him out. And someone took that footage and turned it black and white, started playing Arms of an Angel behind it, and Never Forget. And it was so beautiful.
This is amazing.
But I think my most favorite EFN time memory was the first EverCon. And the reason is that it was the first time that we all could actually hang out and be friends in person and do nothing. Just do nothing. We literally sat around in Casey's living room and just what do you want to do?
We watched Sharknado.
We did. It was just a lot of fun. And so I know we only have a few minutes left. I think one thing I really wanted to say at this panel without forgetting, first, I want to give a couple of shout outs to the people who aren't here. Kinero's not here. He did a ton of work. Nash is over in Sweden. He did unbelievable amounts of work. 8-Track and One Trick are somewhere.
Yeah.
Doing stuff. But overall, I think the thing is we shut down in December of 2014. That was a long time ago. There are second graders who were born after that.
Do we have time for a question or two?
We might. I just want to throw this out.
Intern?
Before we get to that, I just want to say this because it's kind of important. we're all here. We're all still friends or whatever. I think the thing that I learned from EFN stuff that's most important is that, you know, in your life, find the friends who are, you know, gonna stick with you, you know, that don't just disappear, you know, and that makes life worth living, I think. And so, you know, we're all out here not primarily for a convention. We're here because, you know, we've been friends now for, what, decades almost.
Are you just trying to say friendship is actually magic?
True.
We don't worry about such things.
They're behind us now.
Behind us now.
I think we have time for 2 questions, maybe?
Well,
Yeah.
first though, I have a present for you.
Oh yeah, Kimmy.
Da, 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 da,
Do I want to know what this is?
Yes, you do.
Oh,
What is it?
it's a
Looks
jacket.
pretty fresh to me, boys.
Oh,
This is what EverCon we saw this.
Am I about to walk up on stage and hit someone?
I mean, it would be apropos.
Kyle, it's reversible too.
So there are a bunch of thrift stores and
my God, that is
antique
actually
stores
nice.
near where we live, and a bunch of us were hanging out, and he found this in
yeah.
the store. And there's all kinds of fun pictures of him wearing it in the store. And we went back, and they had one more. And this was ages ago.
that actually looks pretty fresh.
This
on you.
is what EFN's about. This is what the
EFN
fandom's about.
Yeah.
Nice Lion King
Having
shirt, too.
friends. that
It's about
last
that freshness, boy.
Exactly.
Okay.
Fresh Prince.
Spot on.
Yep.
How much time?
Kimmy
do we
got that
left?
drip
I think
going.
that's
Got like 2
I think-
minutes.
I think
4 minutes.
Team in the back of the room, can we do 2 questions?
I just got the thumbs up.
Okay. 2 questions. Our lovely intern has stickers for the 2 questions.
The intern should grab that microphone and
Yes.
stand there.
yeah, intern, come on.
Come on, intern.
Come on, intern.
Wait, are there any questions?
We're not
Does
signing
anyone
your
have a
credit
question?
paperwork until you do
He
your
has
job.
a starflower sticker for whoever asks one.
We have one question.
Yes.
I have a
Oh,
Come on, intern.
microphone.
Is that?
Is there a Q&A
Convention
icon?
standard.
There we go.
1, 2.
there we go.
I don't have a question. I do have a story though, and I think it applies to all of you.
4 minutes, dude.
Flutterdashi, hi. Used to frequent the IRC. I met a lot of my friends on the IRC, and I still hang out with them to this day. I saw the first EFNW from Everfree Network, and that was 10 years ago. And the perspective from then to now is a big, you know, it's very cool to just think back and be like, oh yeah, I can't believe, like, I don't think I would ever have made it here. So I just appreciate all of you and all of the stuff that you have put together. I helped with Radiant Eclipse and Reading Rain Boom. So those are
that
2
show.
shows.
Yeah, Radiant, this is
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I mean, that's why we were doing it, though. It was good to, you know, it's good to hear that. It actually means a lot to us. Do we have one more?
Looks like.
Maybe.
Screening
Well, my
questions.
first question is,
Well, I'm just wondering, how much easier do you think it's going to be with the advancements in streaming technology with the comeback you guys are doing?
The comeback?
Wait. You think there's going to be a comeback?
Draft, do you want to answer that one?
Yeah,
I'm on
when's the Twitch
vacation.
TV channel being
I
launched?
put 2 polls and people voted inappropriately for me to wear my EFN shirt. I'm on vacation. This is a Hawaiian shirt, sir.
Where's the shirt?
I think
It's in storage.
I brought him another shirt. As you can
Literally
see,
in storage.
The chair wears it.
No, you know what? This is
Literally
something
didn't
like
decide to
it's fun
wear
to
the
toy
shirt.
around about it. But the thing
Hilarious.
is, if I told those guys, "Hey, you want to start EFN again?"
No.
They would.
No.
Here it goes. Bye.
Oh,
The thing is, like, we did what we needed to do when we did it. We ended, like, as a staff on good terms. We didn't have more that we felt we needed to contribute to the fandom aside from being here and memeing. And, like, you know, that was good enough for us. So, no, we're not coming back as a group.
To riff a little off
Which
of that,
we never said we were.
To riff a little off of that, though, yes, technology has come a long way.
Oh, that's a good question,
It
though.
is a little bit easier to do this kind of stuff nowadays. I would hope that maybe someone else would do that in the future. Like our goal was when we ended, we were looking forward to seeing if somebody else would kind of pick up the mantle.
Yeah, Kennerlot Hill.
The thing is, you got to do it. If you're going to do it right. That's kind of our strategy or our approach. And if somebody out there wanted to start streaming cons again, or wanted to start a different network site, or wanted to do something, don't cut corners. Do it right.
Hey, Draft, how would you feel if I said that we're actually being streamed right now on Pony.town?
Are you saying we have to stream?
Yeah, we are.
Yes.
We have to stream.
Almost every con over the last year has been streamed on Ponytown.
Poggers.
It's so easy now.
I often think actually recently that if EFN was going on during the pandemic, we would have exploded.
Oh, yeah.
Like it would have been like the perfect.
Do you have the equipment they were using?
It's time.
The equipment we used at that time, though, cost 10 times as much as it does today.
That's true.
Yeah, like it was easily $20,000.
Also, I do want to give a
just
shout out to
start.
this one. Yeah. This is Scott, and he has been incredible.
I have a question.
Yes.
What pony do you voice?
Mr. Mega Kitty McLarson, what pony do you voice?
Dr. Girlfriend.
I don't remember that. What pony do you voice?
I voice Twilight Spritzer.
Twinkle Spritzer.
I don't know. Who do you voice?
That would be the entirety of the Steve Miller Band.
What?
Come on, who do you voice?
Hold on.
Do you voice a pony?
What's a pony?
I thought this was you voice a pony, right?
Shooby-doo, shoo-shooby-doo.
Not sea ponies, they don't count.
Hey,
Hey?
Marina
Pony?
says otherwise.
Are you a pony?
Mark Reverb, not MP3.
Okay, well, pony. Are you a pony? He's a terrible one.
And that's how you spell Golden
His
Ground.
character's name is
Formerly known as Squidward.
No, I'm sorry.
Why are you on my stage?
You put us here.
You let us.
This is your fault.
You did this.
You did this.
Thank you.
Blame
I
Scott.
applied for a panel, and they were
They're just horse famous.
Scott,
They don't do anything.
It's true.
I'm normally very happy on that side of the room. You put me up here.
You did this. This is your fault.
Love you really, Scott.
Or is it?
As my final duty here today, get off my stage.
Yes. Thank you guys for coming out. We really appreciate it.
Draft. Was this main panel room the appropriate venue?
Can we zoom in on that badge really quick?
You have to
Because
zoom in
that
on my
is-
face there to get the full
It's that
effect.
face.
It's over that way. More.
It's over there.
Like my face. My face. There you go. That's it. That's the one. Fun grab. Get at it.
No fun grabs.
Wow.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Now you can find us at the bar across the street.
Who is that supposed to be? She's angry. Where is he? Where is that guy? chill. Where is this guy? Hello. I got it. You're good. It's okay. He's down here. There's gotta be some other way to see that smart little. Hello. Hi. How are you? Good, good. Nice. I'm doing pretty good. So usually what I'm trying to do right now is do pieces and pieces of streams. And then I can just put them all together at least. Oh, dude. Yeah. Dude, the other guy is still not here. I'm still looking for him. For some weird reason. Bro. If I was actually able to see that guy, oh no. I don't know if I'm actually gonna be able to see that guy. He's not around here. He's not around here. He must have left somewhere. Where'd he go? I hope he actually didn't left anywhere. I wish I found him sooner. Here. I'm gonna go upstairs again. See what I can find. Yeah, I did. I also had some rest earlier too. So I can actually get to like charge up everything and do like the next stream. I mean, far from me. I hope all of you enjoy it, because this is ever gonna be like my very first time actually gonna be here. So as for that being said, I hope every last one of you will enjoy the stream for sure.
I'm gonna have more coffee.
I wish he was actually around here.
My doctor keeps trying to talk.
I want to get your Fluttershy.
I can't believe my very first autograph.
Why, thank you. The Rainbow Dash was very worth it. I had the Rainbow Dash shirt too, for sure.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, hello. I am Swag Brownie. Welcome to my stream.
That was a good one.
Yes. No, for real. I'm really streaming.
Wow. So nice.
Yes. I mean, I promise. I hope that the stream will still go on because, like, I'm trying to do more at this point. I mean, I'm hoping I didn't miss all of everything within the whole few hours of me sleeping. Oh, great. AC's here. AC!
AC race boss! Hey, race.
Alright, so now we're gonna be... I think we're doing AC's Brony...
Brony's React.
Yeah, Brony's React. So, once we're doing Brony's React, it looks like this is going to be an enjoyable moment. So... hopefully my GoPro doesn't die because I need a lot of footage in order for me to see the fun of AC Best.
AC Race Best.
AC's Race Best. I call him AC's Best. I mean, he is the best. AC.
So true.
There's a lot more rainbow dashes over here. Howdy. Ray Saber?
Hey, Sarah.
True. I agree. I mean, this is gonna be like my first time seeing Bronies React, but like for sure, I might enjoy this one. Really do.
I'm glad.
Huh?
Yeah. I'm glad to. Wow, we sure have a lot of animals. No, we bought the other Huh? I don't think that, because I was just want to know. I knew it was 5 or I know I did. I got
Oh my goodness. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, raise your hand if it's the afternoon. Raise your hand if it's still morning. My people. Alright? So how has everybody been enjoying Everfree Northwest so far?
Better than ever. That's awesome.
10 years, guys.
What
We've been doing this stuff for 10 years. Can we make some noise for Everfree once again? It's crazy because this was the first convention I ever went to of anything. And my wife Sarah, who's sitting in the audience as well, we road tripped up to the first Everfree Northwest back in 2012. And I remember I had no idea what was going on, to the point where I was like, I'm just gonna go stand in a line and that's gonna take me somewhere. So I stood in the line, and they're like, oh, whose autograph are you gonna get? And I'm like, this is an autograph line? That's awesome! And I get to the front and they go, voucher? And I'm like, what's a voucher? Awesome! And then I got out of line. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I still don't, 10 years later, but it's wild kind of seeing the evolution, not just for myself at these conventions, but seeing the fandom evolve, seeing these conventions evolve, seeing the Bronies React series evolve, and that's what this panel is, Bronies React. So thank you all for coming out to the Bronies React panel! Oh, you're buttering me up already. I like that. So I'm going to be bringing up some good friends of mine here on stage, and yeah, we're going to just be kind of going over Q&A. That's going to be a big focus of this panel. We love answering questions. They could be random questions. They could be for any of the individuals that are going to be on up here, whether it's involving Bronies React or their work or our thoughts on who knows, whatever you guys come up with. We enjoy interacting a lot with all of you. So without further ado, how about I bring some people up here? Sound good?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, actually, before I begin,
Have to go and stop.
let me.
Let's
there we go. Now I'm in the camera shot there. What do you guys think? Does this look pretty good?
Looks amazing.
I was walking around downtown like an hour ago.
You looking 20% cooler.
20%, thank you. All right, let's see here. Who do we have back here that we can welcome to the stage? Why don't we make things glisten? How about that? Let's bring up Silver Quill. Hello. Hello.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Excellent. See, I'm echoing. There we go.
There you go. You look different than usual.
Well, you know, this place ages you.
It sure does. Well, welcome to the fray.
Thank you.
Why don't we also bring up, let's see, how about one of those pillars we were talking about earlier? The one of loyalty. He's got the tattoo, Dusty Cat.
Dusty, 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 Dusty. Woo!
And now let's bring up to the stage, how about Paleo Steno? I'm literally holding this chair because I want this one. Rainbow Dash. Okay, so this is the funniest thing in the world because, yeah, I totally did what I just realized. Folks, if you would please welcome to the stage, Saber Podium Spark.
If they told me there was a hat involved, I would have tried harder, all right?
Next time, maybe. So, Saber Spark will be our moderator for the day. Remember, when you answer your questions, do it ferociously. And hi, Saber.
I want this.
You want
Do you want me
this?
to sit down?
That's fine. That's fine. I don't know if
I'll sit down.
No, you do what you do.
Here,
You.
I'll have my option here.
There you go. All right. So, without further ado, folks, you guys want to get the Q&A going here? Good answer, because I was only going to accept yes.
It's so hilarious that Saber's sitting there because like he originally was going to change his name to Professor Pony in the beginning of the fandom, so he's already like Professor.
I was going to be Professor Pony, but the name was taken. And but for some reason I was like, okay, let's start changing my name. And I went to Xbox Live and made myself Prof Pony. And then I forgot about that. And I'll get Xbox message me sometime being like, Prof Pony, your Xbox Live subscription is about to expire.
See, now I gotta adjust all my cameras for this
Am I
moment.
on the way?
But we already have question. No, you're good. Question number 1. Hit us with it.
Okay, this is somewhat of a special one. It's actually multiple questions, but maybe you can speed run it. What does the AC stand for? How do I get on
Antichrist.
How do I get on Brody's How do I get on Brody's React? Are you going to do a react to the latest special? Who is
Air
that Tony?
conditioner.
And can you tell the story about how you met Lauren Faust at the elevator?
Yes, no, sometimes, and I'm sorry, I missed most of those questions. The AC?
It involved balloons.
Oh, that's why he's ooh, nice glasses.
What
Aren't those sweet?
air conditioner?
Amazing. They're sweet. Where's Christian? Christian, yeah, Christian hooked me up with these things.
These are cool.
Don't you have like other goodies? Oh, yeah, thanks.
Because you realize those are hindsight glasses.
Okay, so what does the AC stand for? I think Saber answered that one already. But the actual answer is it's Acorn Cafe. It's from the Chippendale Rescue Ranger fandom because that's what I thought I was gonna make videos all about, and I made one. And then My Little Pony happened, and
that went out the window.
The rest is history. What were your other questions? I'm sorry.
How do I get on Brody's React?
How do you get on Brony's React?
$20 per month.
I mean, yeah,
it's a subscription service now.
It's a subscription based. Look, guys, it's
Ever
tough
since
times.
we merged with HBO Max.
It is.
Dang. If you saw the viewer numbers for Ready Player Dumb, subscription service.
There are several.
Several people.
That's right.
I always thought the word several meant 7, and my English teacher hated me for that. But I'm like, it's several. 7 people.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, several. But The shortened answer of that is I always tell people just make stuff, make an impact on the community.
Get one of those cool hats like Dusty has.
By the way, I want to give a shout out because this is Flynn who's done a whole bunch of like meme stuff with us. If you remember the photo of all of us sitting at BronyCon. And Gabe's like, I wish that I could be in this picture, and he edited Gabe's face on everyone's photo.
Yeah, I love that. That was great.
So this is Flynn. Can we get a round of applause for Flynn, please? Yeah. What were your other questions?
Are you going to do a react to the latest special?
Already in process. He's had my footage for 2 months.
I still gotta do my footage tomorrow.
I wish you were kidding. You said you were gonna give me your footage before the
You should know by now that I suck.
So it's your fault. I've forgotten everything I've said.
Dude, I'm the worst.
I know.
And here's the thing is,
are you gonna make me fly down there and beat you?
Yes, please.
You need an excuse?
Just spank this boy.
Yes, I need an excuse. I need permission from his woman.
Oh.
Go for it.
Would it help
And
if I shipped it?
that's going to be a wrap on the panel, so thank you all for coming out. I don't even know. See, had Dusty not said that, this is the part where I go, who wants us to react to the special? And you guys go, yeah! Is that all you guys got? Come on, convince me. All right.
I'm not doing that again.
I was on the plane actually editing it, and I just have an omission in every spot where I go, insert Saber Spark here.
It'll be my obituary.
It's gonna be printed on your tombstone. Insert Saber Spark.
Putting the obituary.
I also want to briefly apologize to the AV staff because they asked us, they're like, is everything good? And I went, yeah, everything's great. And then at the last second, Paleo and I both agreed that we somehow counted 6.
Yeah.
And we both can't count.
I think I was counting Sarah as well.
Where's Sarah? Sarah, where are you?
Sarah,
she's not here.
Because like Sarah's part of the Broys React, so
she's right there in the aisle seat waving, not willing to stand
Sarah!
up. She's like, I do not want to be associated. Did you have any more?
I know Gabe isn't here, but who is best pony?
Who's best pony? Hey, Dusty.
I'll get you Dude, you're gonna get hurt badly.
Haley, who's best pony?
Twilight.
The one that gets me the most views. Which is Fluttershy.
Saber, who's best pony?
Sunset Shimmer.
Dusty, who's who's best pony?
Rainbow Dash.
Rainbow Dash. I didn't think we were going all the way, but we sure did.
This is why I did the podium.
I like that the table came with us. Can we get a shout out for the great AV staff here at Win?
He said it was going to hurt.
I honestly thought that you were going to like psych it. Like, I'm not going. And then
Dusty got psych it?
Me?
Know him?
Really? Psych it?
I don't know why. I assumed too much.
You got a bone sticking out of your elbow.
Should we get a shout out for the ambulance you need to call?
Woo! How's everyone doing at Everfree Northwest? Thank you so much for all of your dangerous questions, Flynn, and thanks again for all the fun over the years.
Thank you.
Thank you. All the way out from Germany, right?
Yes.
Germany! Woo!
I just saw him last month.
Oh, man.
Okay. Here goes nothing. First off, I'm extremely nervous because first of all, I was like 5 minutes late to this panel, so I apologize for that.
I was noticing that.
This is going down on your permanent record.
I didn't want to bring it up, but since you did, you know.
What the permanent records scared the hell out of me as a kid, right? Quicksand, permanent records, climate change.
I'm also nervous for this reason. I will try my best to ask this question without stuttering like I did last year, Saber.
I stutter all the time. Don't you worry about it. We come in all shapes and sizes and stutters.
Yeah.
Raised in church, I used to be a stutterer.
And I'm also nervous because that first person stole the question that I was going to ask because I was too slow to the microphone, so I'm just gonna
ask the question with more finesse.
Okay,
We'll give you an answer.
okay, I'm just gonna wing it here.
Do it.
Just like
Pegasus joke.
why not? Typical race. Okay. I guess this is like I guess I'll do like a G5 version. Who is best pony? I don't know.
Zip.
Izzy.
Izzy.
Oh, that's a Rainbow Dash reference.
Which pony's name is Easy?
Easy. Oh, well, it's easy to name best pony.
Oh, Izzy. I thought you said Easy. Izzy Company.
Did you answer?
For what now? Is G5 ponies?
Favorite G5? G5
I
pony.
like Piff.
Piff? Piff? The Stay Puff.
No, what's the one with the phone? Piff?
Pip.
Piff's my favorite.
Saber, you are exhausting.
He's having an epiphany.
I'm exhausting. Did my mother put you up to this?
Well, thank you for your question. See, that worked out just great.
So Izzy, Zip, Piff.
No, if your mother put him up to this, he would have called you a disappointment.
That's true.
That's true. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
Hello.
Hello.
I bruised my elbow. Yeah, how are you doing?
Look at him putting on a strong face. Right now he's like actually in the immense pain. He's like, the show must go on.
And that actually leads into my question.
Oh.
How are you all doing, first of all?
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Internal bleeding.
Broken elbow aside, things are great.
6 foot above ground is a great day.
You're 6 feet tall?
I'm 6 foot 2.
Oh, so your head's going to stick out of the ground when you die.
I know.
Let's go dig it. Let's go.
Is that a rock? No, it's Dusty's head.
Pretty good.
Also want to give some.
good.
I also want to give some love to one of the more underappreciated member of this panel, the podium. Also, last question. How is it like collabing with other people? I find it hard for me to put myself out there. Was doing it in pony form one of the first times you've done some major collabs, or have you done other things prior to that?
I guess outside of like when school teachers would be like, all right, everyone pair up, and you're like, oh no.
Can I share a quick story actually about that? When I was in 5th grade, I had a crush on a girl called Hannah Imler, all right?
Hannah, are you here?
Hannah Banana, are you there? No, but this is a core memory where the teacher was pairing us with my partner, and she literally went, no! And I started crying. I'm like, so this is what it is. This is my life. So, I don't clap often after that.
Yeah. I came out of furry fandom back in the day, and I was part of a group called Furry Night Live, which we put on stage plays and things like that at different conventions. But one of the most biggest thing we did was we made a samurai movie, and trying to get 30 people together at some off place with all the stuff we needed to do, plus costuming, plus weaponry, plus it was amazingly hard back in the day because we didn't have Discord or any of those things.
I'm trying to organize 8 people to get to dinner, and it's difficult.
Yeah, and it's hard. The thing is, you just have to keep at it. You just have to keep calling the people. Okay, we're going to do this at my house. We're going to write the script and blah blah blah. You have to keep on it. You have to be a project manager, basically. If you're going to do a collab with somebody and you're going to be the lead on it, you have to be a project manager. So you have to like lay out what needs to get done when, and just keep on people. And
so that's what you had to do in the
yeah, we had to keep on people like that, and it came out great. It's still on YouTube to this day.
What's it called?
It's called Under the Same Sky, but
AKA The Last Samurai.
No, it's called Under the Same Sky, but there was a movie that came out after we did our thing, so that's the main thing on YouTube. So if you put Under the Same Sky fursuits, then you'll find it.
Is that the one where you're walking around in the flower garden?
Yes.
That's cool. You should have made that to me back in like 2012, and I was like, it's a furry.
And now you are one, yes.
Yeah, no, I mean, a lot of what Dusty said is on point. It, like, the first I did was actually with a friend in high school, where for whatever reason I decided to write a script for a movie, and then I'm like, I'm putting all my friends in the roles, and somehow we actually did it. Like we actually filmed it, and at times you have like 8 people part of this. Okay, 4 people are available today, so what scenes can we shoot? 4 people are this, and that's a lot harder when you're doing in-person stuff. But the Bronies Rack stuff, luckily it's not requiring all of us to get together. for this, so I'm able to work around people's schedules a lot easier. Most people's schedules.
You'll never get me.
I think he's going to gather us all together just to force Saber Spark in front of a camera.
That's my other channel.
That'd be great. We see him tied to a chair.
That's my other channel.
Okay, so I'd never done YouTube videos before My Little Pony. So I will say in high school, where they say, "Oh, it's going to be a group project." That means like one person did all the work, and everyone else took the credit. This one was more balanced, but it's always varied by the person. Some people are really passionate and they have their act together and they know what they want. Other folks they think that this is just going to be an easy in, and I canceled some collabs on that. I've said, you know what, we got to call this off. It's going to be awful. And I found that usually 2 to 3 people, you can work pretty easy going. When it balloons into a higher quantity, it's amazing. What? Are you trying to eat your podium?
No, I'm listening. Do you feel like there's a part of there's an initial, it's kind of like the podium. You ever feel like there's the initial the stars in your eyes of working with people, and then you kind of find your self-worth and you learn you don't have to say yes to everyone. You can start to have your own sense of, I can turn it down. I don't have to say yes to everyone. Because there's a part of me that feels kind of guilted, like I should say yes. And then it's like, you don't have to. You can pick your battles. That's important. And also have a notion of self-worth. The podium's the best Bernie's React member.
That's true. Early on, I said yes to a lot of collabs close together. It slowed things down. But it was fun to work with all these folks and to play off one another. But as things became bigger, you do become a project manager. You do have to hound people for resources. You do have to say, hey, are we set that we can still make this deadline? If we can't, here's what we can do to change it. And sometimes people don't always want to listen. I've learned my limitations as a, quote, leader working on collabs.
All right, well, thank you for your question.
Thank you for answering.
Yeah. Yes.
We've got a camera reception going on, yeah.
Hello.
Right, so to address something that I stated a while back, 2016 to be precise. I was actually getting a bit tired of, especially at that early age, when people were pretty much not giving Flurry a chance.
Ice cream?
2016 when they weren't giving Flurry Heart a chance.
Flurry
I mean, by the way, if that helps, you can adjust the mic up a little bit.
That's why I kind of asked you guys to try to be a bit light.
You're doing just fine. So we're talking about Flurry Heart and giving Flurry Heart. That's Cadence's kid, right?
Yes.
The one that was born Alicorn. Spoilers, I'm sorry. But, right, so are you a Flurry Heart fan? Yes. I wasn't talking to you, guard. Get outside the door now. Yes. All right, are you a Flurry Heart fan?
In a way.
In a way? Okay, cool. No, I mean, were people hard on Flurry Heart? I know I was. I saw the baby and I'm like,
I was waiting for her to grow older.
It's like a Regrets flashback.
Well, here's the weird chain of events right after Camelot Wedding. Hasbro decides to market out these baby ponies. One of them is named Skyla.
Oh, I remember Skyla.
The picture on the box is Sweetie Belle with Cadence's color scheme and Luna's regalia. So I was thinking, oh god, is Skyla going to be an Alicorn baby? So the stage was kind of set against Flurry before we even knew about it.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah, I remember that.
And the funny thing about the first 3 seasons, if you count Luna's restoration, we had a new Alicorn per season of what used to be a very exclusive thing.
Wait, can you give me a rundown?
Okay, season 1, Luna comes back. We got an Alicorn. Season 2, Cadence is introduced. We got an inexplicable Alicorn. Season 3 ends with Twilight becoming an alicorn, and the fandom doth rage. And then we get a little break in for a few seasons, not a whole lot of new alicorns, but a lot of new characters. Then boom, baby alicorn.
Season 6.
And
Season 6, yeah.
That's season 6. So we actually had a lot of alicorns right out of the gate. Bum, 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 bum. And I think everyone got kind of tired of having another alicorn in the show. And so, but where's the stage set against her? Partially, but sometimes the way we appreciate a character isn't always with putting a spotlight and putting them on a pedestal. I kind of like the idea of Flurry Heart, Destroyer of Nations. I really love the idea that she could be the great destroyer with these adorable eyes and boom.
And then later in the last season, you see the stained glass of Flurry Heart saves the world.
Right? She ascended. I wonder if her wings kept growing though.
Two wings.
Yeah.
4 wings.
Because then she can't get through a doorway.
Yeah.
The things that we don't consider, guys. Oh my
Thank you for your question.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Secondly, I earlier this year watched Toys That Made Us, and I wanted to ask, how did that come about, Brace?
How did the sorry, which one was that?
Toys That Made Us.
The Toys That Made Us. I was, gosh, now I'm trying to. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, this TV appearance was that. I remember getting contacted from the show in regards to like, hey, I think they were partially looking for people that were like in the area, and my name had popped up because I was a bit in proximity to where things were being filmed. So they hit me up in regards to like, hey, would you be available to come out? And I was able to go out there, and it's funny because those shows, what they wanted me to come in was to offer like a fandom perspective. But obviously, Toys That Made Us, it's more about the toy creators and the toys themselves and toy collectors. But they were interested in, the fandom that kind of was generated around this as well. And I must have been interviewed for close to 45 minutes. And just to prove that I can talk and say nothing, I think they used like 30 seconds of but that's just the nature of those kind of shows. It was fun. It was fun talking about it. They're like, oh, tell us about this BronyCon, like what happens there? And I'm like, I can only tell you so much for what I can disclose. But yeah, it was neat. It was neat being in that room, a room that I had seen previously from the show, and just being like, oh, so this is it. The toys lining the back wall. It's not a green screen. They actually have all their toys set up back there. So yeah, that was it was a neat experience to be part of that, be brought in. Kind of an honor. So I was like, cool, thank you for having me in here. So yeah.
Awesome, thanks.
All right, thank you. I'm bizarre.
Oh, stop it. All right, so ever since I started creating content, which is why I'm holding this, I've noticed I've gone back to a lot of videos I used to watch with a different outlook. Because they used to be, oh, this is so cool. Now it's, oh my gosh, this must have been a nightmare to make. And so watching Bronies react, I wanted to ask you, what are some of the most, as far as like editing episodes, what's some of the worst ones you've had, or like one of the ones where you were making it and you're just like, oh my gosh, this is never gonna end?
Honestly, the actual editing process usually is not so straining. Well, I say not so straining. I'm used to it by now. But it's the process itself, since I signed myself up for it, I think the mentality alone going into it is like, all right, let's go do this. Sometimes it's daunting just to start. Like, just knowing I have this huge project ahead, and it's like, all right. But once I start, the wheels start rolling. The bigger issues, and I'm trying to remember, I can't remember which React this was, but I've had two problems before. One was copyright related. I was like, like I have to work around this now, and that's never fun. So those, like trying to edit things to the point where YouTube's like, okay, now you're good. You used one last second of footage. Now you're great. And also, there was one time where I had I had lost the editing file. I forget if I had a hard drive go bad or something at the wrong time, but yeah. So I was like, I had already kind of like begun. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to start over. That was the worst. I was like, oh no.
I've done that with the recording before.
It's
like,
terrible.
yeah, because I recorded for like an hour, and I was like, I recorded on the wrong mic.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. So that would probably be my answer to that. The actual editing process, like the most daunting ones, are the ones where you have, a lot of people in for the movie reacts, because those ones are longer than our typical ones, and then we usually have more people. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, I have 20 hours of footage just from Gabe, and it's like, oh my god. So yeah, but yeah, I've always found just like getting started, that always helps kind of alleviate the pain of looking at what I have to do. It's like just jump in and start doing it. So yeah.
So basically, you're telling me to stop procrastinating.
Stop procrastinating.
Okay.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello. I have less of a question, more of a request. I heard and saw that Gabe is on America's Got Talent right now.
Yes.
And I don't know if you had anything planned for this, but we were wondering if maybe it would be cool if you have time to just take a very quick, like, good luck Gabe video of everybody.
Okay, so actually, it's funny you mentioned this, there's two sides. So first off, were people aware that Gabe was on America's Got Talent? Yeah. So Gabe actually has done his semifinal performance and technically has been eliminated. But there is a but, and this is where this request can still be filled. America's Got Talent does something where at the end of all the cuts, they're going to have a wild card selected by the judges. And their decisions are based off of requests coming from people on social media. And while I'm thinking what we might do is do this tomorrow before the Who's Line. Right. Where what I want to do is basically I'll be on stage here and be like, hey, America's Got Talent. I think I got some people that want to see the Brown Brothers as the wild card, and I'm going to want everyone to go nuts. All right? Even if you don't want Gabe to be the wild card, I want you to go nuts. So yes, there's still a chance. I was actually at Gabe's live performance on that night. And I've said this already on social media, but I am so